What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Before we get into it, okay, this tripod keeps moving. Okay, if this camera falls down, it's the tripod, it's not me. Anyways, you guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, what we're going to be going over is how to actually grow your accounting firm, your CPA firm, your bookkeeping firm, your CFO firm, whatever you've got. Now, this is going to apply to any business, but I'm familiar with accounting, finance, stuff like that, so that's what we're going to talk on. So when you're growing any kind of business, the only main ways that you can grow are the following. Okay, number one is paid advertising. Number two is content. Number three is outreach, and I guess there's a fourth one, and that's acquisition. Okay, but we're not going to be talking about acquisition right now. We're talking about paid ads, cold outreach, and content. Okay. Now, I have a lot of work that I have to get to, so I'm going to make this quick just for you guys, because a lot of you guys have been DMing me asking about different ways to grow. And one thing that I'll say, you guys have to have a goal. Okay, when you guys DM me and you say, I want to grow my firm, I want to grow my practice, either it's I'm at 10 or 15K a month, I'm trying to get to 25K a month, or I'm at 0 and I want to know how to get my first 5 or 10 clients. You guys need a goal, okay? Because every single time I ask you, I go, okay, where are you trying to get to? Because there's no point in me telling you to do paid advertisings if you're just starting, you have no money, okay? There's no point in doing that. Every time that I ask what your goal is, it's almost like you guys come up with some random number, or you just say, I don't know. I just want to grow, which is great, okay? You need that ambition. You need that drive. But you also need to know where you're actually going. So if you have no clients, I'd say a very reasonable goal is 25 to 5K a month. Super achievable, quite quickly too. And it's not too far out and the reason why I say that is because what you don't want to do is you don't want to say, okay, my first month, I want $20,000 a month. The ambition's awesome. I love it. But if you're at 14K a month and you're trying to get to 20, that's a huge accomplishment going from 0 to 14K. But in your head, you're not going to be satisfied and you're not going to be happy. You're going to be quite pissed off with yourself because your goal was 20 and you're at 14, so you're 6K short, but you're not paying attention that you're 14 up. So know where you want to go, okay? That's the first thing that I'd say. Once you know where you actually want to go, look at your options. I can easily say, if you have no money, if you're just starting out, content and cold outreach, okay? Those are going to take time. They're going to take a while. But you have no choice. Any business you start, if you have no money to acquire a client list or acquire attention through paid ads, the only way that you can do it is through content and cold outreach. So no matter what business you start, no matter what you do, you're going to be doing that. So you might as well just get over it now and start doing it and start making money. If you have money, and when I say money, I mean, I would say at least $1,000 a month to burn in ad spend, because there is going to be a first initial burn rate. And depending on your offer, the kind of market that you're going after, the deal life cycle, like when I'm doing bookkeeping offers, those are quite quick. Okay. Someone jumps on the call. They know that they need it. I know that I can provide that service. I close that deal either same day or within that same week. Tax strategy and tax planning deals, which is also a service that I offer, is very different. Those are a long deal cycle. Those deal cycles usually take about 2 to 6 weeks because it's a lot of info. You have a lot of questions. And it's actually a lot of legal stuff too, where we need to get legal, legit financial statements. We got to set up meetings with lawyers. We need to look at certain track records and plan for the future. That doesn't happen overnight, and if you're going to rush someone on that, you're not going to close any deals. So if you have $1,000 a month, I'd say go for ads. because you only need about 3 to 4 months of burn rate, because once you figure it out and once you figure out what actually works, the money that you get from the clients that you get from the paid ads, it just pays for itself. So one thing I'm very guilty of this, is I would think, how much should I budget for monthly ad spend? How much should I do this? How much should I do that? When at the day, if my ad spend, say it was running me $1 million a month, but I'm positive, I've got a positive ROI on my ad spend, I don't care if it's $10 million a month. I'm making money. I'm positive, okay? You just need that initial cushion of cash to start the paid advertising and get there. And I say have about 3 or 4 months worth, minimum $1,000 a month. So have about 3 or 4 grand saved up, that if it went out today, you set it on fire, you threw it in the river, you threw it out or whatever, you wouldn't be phased. You wouldn't really care. Now, the other way is cold outreach. Cold outreach is extremely effective. I've gotten clients from cold outreach. The only thing that I don't like about it is it's slow, and I hate, well, I don't want to say I hate, but I'm just not patient. It's slow and I'm not patient, so those two things don't really jive that greatly. I've gotten very good clients from cold outreach, but it just takes a lot of time. Now, on the flip side, if I have no money but I have a lot of time, I don't care. I'll do it, sure. Now I've got money, so now I'm doing a bit of both. The third one is content. I think you should really be doing content no matter what. No matter what you're doing, I think that you should really be doing content, whether you're doing cold outreach, especially if you're doing cold outreach, and even if you're doing paid ads. And actually, I'm going to say even if you're doing paid ads, yeah, okay, it's official. No matter what you're doing, content. You should always be posting content. Now, you don't have to be like Gary Vee and do 10 times every single day or whatever. You can get away with 1 time a day. Just pick a platform and make sure that you're consistent with it. And whatever platform you pick, you can repurpose all that content to the other platforms. So if you're going to do TikTok, it's mainly what I do is TikTok. You can take those TikToks and you can download them and then repost them to YouTube Shorts, to the IG Reels, stuff like that. That's what I would do. So there is no right or wrong answer. It really depends on where you're at and where you're trying to go. But that is where I would start. Okay? There are 3 main ways to getting clients. Cold outreach, or just outreach. Cold outreach, just outreach, content, and paid ads. If you have minimum $1,000 a month just to blow, and you have a minimum 4 months, so a minimum $4,000 a month, and I'd set aside an extra $1,000 just for the setup fees of softwares and different stuff like that. So just call it 5 grand. If you got 5 grand that you lost today, you wouldn't care, go paid ads. If you have no money but you have a lot of time, do the outreach. Okay, that's your best bet. Content, I think you should be doing content for both, no matter what. It's only going to make you more money. So that's what I would do, and that's the angle that I think that you should all take. So what I can say now is no more coming into my DMs. I know I'm just joking. I do appreciate it when you guys come into my DMs. It's always fun to talk to you guys and see kind of where you're at, what you guys are doing. A lot of cool people out there. A lot of people like me, and I think that makes sense. Anyways, you guys, with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.